Welcome back to the deep dive, everyone. This is episode 84.
Great to be here.
So we're diving back into Paradise today, picking up right where we left off, really, in the heaven of Mars.
Dante meeting his ancestor, Cacciaguida. Big moment.
Huge. And today, our mission, well, it's to dig into the 17th canto specifically. We want to pull out, the gold, those useful lessons, the insights that can actually help you as you navigate your own life journey.
Exactly, because last time Cacciaguida gave us this picture of old Florence, the values, the history. But Dante, well, Dante's been hearing these unsettling hints about his own future all along, hasn't he?
Yeah, these little fragments, prophecies of hardship, exile.
Right. And now, in Canto 17, he finally just asks Cacciaguida straight up, what's going to happen to me?
And Cacciaguida, he doesn't really soften the blow, does he?
Not one bit. No sugarcoating. He just lays out the stark reality, Dante's exile from Florence.
It's so detailed, almost painfully so, leaving everything, the false charges, and that image, wow, the bitterness of others' bread.
And climbing foreign stairs. Yeah. Dependence, displacement. It's a tough future he paints.
What I find striking is just how specific it gets. Cacciaguida mentions the betrayal, even by his own fellow exiles, calls them wicked, ungrateful.
But crucially, it's not all bad news. He does offer this counterpoint, this promise of refuge.
Ah, yes, the support he'll find. He mentions Congrande della Scala, right, the Veronese lord.
Exactly. Speaks of him with real admiration, actually. So you get this balance. The harsh reality, yes, but also the hope of finding allies, like Congrande.
It kind of ties together those earlier hints, like Oderisi de Gubbio back in Purgatory talking about how earthly fame just fades. Canto 17 feels like the culmination.
It brings Cacciaguida's big historical picture right down to Dante's personal, very painful future.
Yeah. And then, after dropping this bombshell, Cacciaguida gives Dante a very clear instruction.
Write it down. Write the vision. Bear witness to everything he's seen, the good, the bad, the divine will.
Regardless of the consequences, the enemies he'll make.
Which he definitely will.
That feels incredibly relevant, even now. If we pause for a second, look at Canto 17, not just as Dante's story, but maybe as a mirror for us. What lessons stand out? How can this, ancient text speak to you listening now?
Well, one thing that jumps out immediately is the courage it takes just to speak your truth. Simple as that sounds.
Right. Like Cacciaguida's own ancestors holding on to dignity. Dante's told he has to witness truth, even if it causes conflict.
And our own lives often demand that, don't they? That sort of intellectual honesty. Saying what you see, even when it's not popular.
Absolutely. And what about the suffering? Cacciaguida predicts real hardship.
Yes, but look at how it functions. This idea of transforming suffering into wisdom. It's not just putting a brave face on it. For Dante, the exile, this terrible injustice, it becomes the absolute necessary fuel for writing the comedy.
So the bitterness actually creates the perspective.
Precisely. Adversity isn't just something to get through. If you face it consciously, it could be the unexpected crucible for real growth. Your deepest work, maybe.
That's powerful. And it connects to the next point, maybe. The importance of support.
Definitely. Cacciaguida naming Congrande isn't just a detail. It reminds Dante and us that navigating those foreign stairs is incredibly hard alone.
Like Virgil guiding him earlier.
Exactly. Finding allies, mentors, your community. When things get tough, that's not weakness. It's like a vital strategy for the journey.
And then there's the witnessing part again. Cacciaguida tells him he must share what he's seen.
The responsibility of witness.
Yeah.
It suggests that maybe each of us, in our own way, has a kind of duty to process and share the genuine insights we gain, the truth we see.
Even if it's difficult or challenges people, or comes at personal cost.
Which it often does. And finally, I think Canto 17 really highlights accepting one's unique path.
Okay. Even with all the painful details, Dante doesn't shrink from it.
No. He chooses to embrace the mission that comes with this destiny. Maybe spiritual maturity involves accepting the specific, sometimes really challenging path life gives you instead of wishing it were easier.
So pulling it all together for you listening, think about these themes from Canto 17 in your own life. The courage to stand in your truth.
Turning suffering into wisdom. Maybe your unique perspective.
The absolute value of finding and leaning on support.
The quiet responsibility to witness what you've genuinely learned or seen.
And maybe, hardest of all, finding strength and accepting the path that is yours alone.
It really reframes hardship, doesn't it? Not as the end of the story, but maybe the essential start of your most meaningful contribution.
Exactly. So, a final thought to ponder. What is the truth you are being called to witness in your own life right now?
And how might the challenges you're facing actually be shaping your most important work?
Something to definitely reflect on.
Hmm.
Thank you for joining us for this deep dive into the 17th canto of Paradise. We really appreciate you tuning in.
We'll see you for the next one.